Welcome to the Axemen podcast, episode 223, Tech 2. I'm Cadet Airman McCuiston with...
I'm Cadet A1C Cox.
Today our topics are permanent leadership. As you can see, the ribbons are what represent permanent leadership and what they mean. Cox, what does your ribbon mean?
So mine is a blue ribbon, which represents Squadron Guidon, which is they bear a guidon, like we talked about last time, is like almost a spear with a pike on top that has a flag of your flight, but this one has a IDYCA flag, so they go alongside the squadron commander who is in charge of the squadron. They brief them in the mornings and nights at formation, which is where the whole squadron gets together, and they plan most of the events that have to do with our flights.
Nice. My ribbon means, mine's the same thing, just I only run the flight. What we do is we march in front of the flight with the pikes. When we stand at POA, the pikes have to be right at our side. Basically, you have to put the bottom of the pike at your pinky toe. The other ribbon, or not ribbon, the other band that sits over your shoulders would be a black one, which is element leaders. They run the elements, they keep the elements in check. The other one is flight chief. That ribbon is straight yellow, and I'm hoping I get that next time, but I don't think that's gonna happen. There's quartermaster and squadron quartermaster. What does squadron quartermaster do?
Squadron quartermaster takes care of all the supply closets, and they take care of the cleaning materials and everything in our main facility, which is called the Ed Center is what we call it. So they take care of everything that has to do with cleaning in there. And the normal quartermasters, there's one in each bay, and they take care of all the cleaning materials in there too. They have a quartermaster's room where they have 2 laundromats, 2 washers, 2 dryers, and mops and all the cleaning equipment, and they are in charge of maintaining it and cleaning it and handing everything out every day for cleanup and after, and it all gets graded in different categories. So it could be a stressful job to be a quartermaster, even though it's just cleaning supplies, because when it comes to honor flight, getting dings and such, then you could get dings on that and feel responsible about that.
We talked about honor flight last week and about what dings do. Permanent leadership isn't very long. Well, actually, it's 4 weeks, but here it doesn't feel that long. The cycle's gone by so fast; it's almost unbelievable.
Yes.
I believe we are allowed to vote for our next leadership, correct?
Yes, so we vote for leadership, and the ultimate decision mainly comes down to your master sergeant or tech sergeants. They put in words deciding who has actually been good, who hasn't, if their interviews were good or not, and it's a little bit of a long process, but it changes every 4 weeks. After our week 11 is when it gets put in place. So this is first round. There are 3 rounds of leadership, and this is first round. So I'm pretty happy I made it.
I'm very happy I made it. Being guidon is very fun, but sometimes very stressful, if I'm being honest. Like, some people just don't want to lock it up, like the 9 we have, but I'm hoping we can get them. We can get them fixed, get them straightened away. Moving on to the next topic, let's talk about honor guard. Honor guard is another ribbon that you can earn. It goes on your right arm. What honor guard does is they represent the POW flag, the American flag, and the state flag. They do demonstrations for public services and stuff like that, I find it pretty cool, actually.
It is pretty cool. And to get in, they have to write a 1 or 2 page essay to the master sergeant explaining why they want to get in. And they have to be like top tier of the flight because there's only 2 for each flight.
What are some of your favorite classes here? Let's move on.
So My favorite class here is probably the careers class because it teaches us a lot about things that we will use a whole lot when we get out of the academy, because we all know it's kind of hard to get a job. Sometimes I've struggled with it. I've turned in 3 resumes total and got no answers back. So this class is kind of going to help me, and it also helps inspire a lot of people find what they want to do. Like the posters on the walls, these are all projects that we did to show what careers we want to do one time or another. And I think it's really cool that we get to learn all that mixes into our life as soon as we get out of the academy.
Mr. Bethel's class is my favorite class. We have a good time with him. He gives us a hard time a lot, but at the same time we earn it because beginning of class, whenever he has like a nice, like good looking like suit on, or not a suit, but whenever he's dressed, like a sharp dressed man, ZZ Top. We always give him a sheesh at the beginning of class, and I don't know how he feels about it, but he gives us a lot of good times in his class. I do agree with you though with the careers. Most of these posters, they do teach you a lot. The stuff we learn in this class teaches us a lot. The resumes I had to do, but when I had my first few jobs, those were pretty hard. Like I thought getting the job and doing the job would be hard, but if I'm being honest, the resume can be pretty hard at the beginning before you even get the job. But that just proves it's something that teaches you, that also teaches the boss if you're worthy to work or not, because you can't just half do your resume. You have to do the whole thing.
Alright, so the last topic I want to hit tonight is our vocational classes. I signed up for photography because I'm interested in that. I got into it on a couple trips with my grandma, and I've been into it ever since. It was cool they had a program for that. What did you sign up for?
I signed up for welding. One of the past cadets that came here, he actually got interviewed by the scouts. His name's Fullenwider. He's working day welding right now. He's doing really well. He got me into welding a whole bunch. Taught me how to weld, taught me how to TIG, MIG, all that fun stuff. TIG, you use a gun, and basically it's just a wire feed, so the wire feeds through the gun, and when you put it on the metal, it just heats up. There's many different ways you can weld, but that's just one of the cool ways.
That's interesting. I didn't know anything about that.
Really? There's a lot you can learn about it. Photography is pretty good. My mom is huge into photography. She loves taking photos, like, sometimes too much.
Yeah, I get that too.
But other than that, photography, I think that would be a really good class for you. I feel like you'd enjoy that a whole bunch.
I'm glad they have programs like that here, because they also have a lot of medical, like blood control and splinting, and a lot of interesting things I have never even heard of, if I'm being honest. Medical things, they have electrical programs, they have so much programs here, it's amazing. So that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us on the Axemen podcast, episode 2, 23 Tac 2. Axemen, signing off.